And some guys might feel like a little bit like attacked, like, hey, relax. Like, why are you coming so hard at me? Like, some people might feel offended because of their ego, because when you come at them as a woman, like mujer, like, get out of here, bro. Like, no.
This is why we have shitty politicians now.
Yeah.
It's because
It's just a popularity contest.
yeah, but they're shitty. Like, they don't know how to debate. They get emotional, then they want to do personal attacks and all this bullshit.
And being a woman, it has its negative things, but it has its good things, right?
course.
And the boxing is a thing for me, right? You have to be a wife, you have to be a mother, so there is a box in which you fit. And if that's what you want, be that,
Own it.
right? But you don't have to be that because people expect that from you. I'm not a victim of anything. You know, you're a victim of yourself.
Of course.
Exactly.
You know, you can turn every situation around. Started feeling around 49 that I had no purpose. to
In what
represent.
sense?
Yeah,
Because this is
yeah.
great. This is maybe some girls listening to this.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
In
I
what
think
sense?
you have
I'm gonna stop you right there. This is a prime example of like, I'm here to win this. Like, this is competition.
This
This
is
came
a
through just politique.
competition.
We're not here to. We'll be friends afterwards, but
Yeah.
right now it's you against me. Hey, yo, what is up?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Guys, welcome to the ABC Island's favorite podcast, No Filter in Paradise, a show about anything and everything, un poquito de todo, between two friends, one is straight and the other.
Your favorite melanated homosexual babies. You know?
This is what I always say this, bro. Me gusta cualquier reaction de guest na ora vas a say. They always start laughing because like they don't see it coming. And I'm like, wait
They
for it,
don't.
wait for it. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have English or Spanish? What do you want?
English.
Perfect. So, today,
Why would you say Spanish?
wait, English or papiamento? Sorry.
Like, nigga, we would never do Spanish.
No.
Wrong show, wrong
I was
host.
talking to Ricardo, the guy from Bar P. Like, hey, how will do gewoon Nederlands? I was like, ja, niet gebeuren. Doei.
Yeah, exactly.
Not gonna
It's like
happen.
when I come into the airport, I go like, hola. I go like, hola is golf. Aquí Curaçao.
I think you two are gonna vibe really well. There's gonna be another episode of Shark and the Guest, and me as a bystander.
Don't do that.
No, I'm kidding. Imagine Anushka special guest. Anushka, we had her daughter, and then during that
Her
episode,
fabulous daughter.
fabulous, always
Keywords.
fashion. Oh, I just got shocked. What the fuck? God's like, get it right. And through that episode, she spoke very, very highly of her mother.
She
And we were
really
like,
did. She
we
did.
need to have this woman on. And you happened to be calling, I think, during the episode or right after the episode was done.
Yeah, I
You
remember.
called. Yeah, we just finished recording. You called.
Yes.
And you go, Ma, what do we do with Shoki? You said yes. I'm like,
It's fine.
Okay.
If you say so.
yeah. Master Anushka Cova din Cas. Welcome, Anushka.
Thank you. Love the energy. Thank you for the invite.
No,
We're
it's gonna be. It's
excited.
gonna be. I'm not sure where this conversation is going to go, but I think.
Dios salvanos.
But yeah, please. But you know the theme of the show is no filter. There's a conversation can go by any direction. But what we do want to know, just like we did with Kiana, we want to know who's Anushka, your childhood, how did you grow up, like
The person.
who made the person that's sitting here today. You know.
Perfect. Okay, good.
So before we start with that part, who is Anushka Cova today?
Today, I'm the CEO of CHATA,
Yeah.
Curaçao Hospitality and Tourism Association.
Nice.
Plus, I'm on the board of the hospitality faculty of the University of Curaçao.
Okay.
That and a couple of other boards. And I'm the president of Turmucho Mesecome, which is a charity organization where we feed 620 kids per day.
Oh, wow.
Per day.
Per day.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
3
like per
meals.
month. I'm like,
No,
oh wow, wow,
per
wow, wow.
day, per day.
Damn, that's
Started
nice.
2017. So we wanted to give back, and that's a way to give back to the
That is
community.
amazing.
Yeah.
Facts.
So that's who I am today.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm still a mother, a
Yeah,
wife,
yeah, yeah.
a sister,
a fun mother.
a daughter.
I saw Kiana's story doing some crazy stuff. I'm like, can't wait to interview that lady over there.
Like to think that. Cool
Yeah.
mom.
No, I think you're a cool mom.
Thank
For
you.
sure.
Also,
Thank
a
you.
very fashionable cool mom too. That
Thank
is.
For
you.
sure.
I feel like you and Kiana be like either sharing clothes or like fighting who's got the best outfit.
Or when we walk together, they go like, "Mom, how can she be your mom?" She's like, "What did you think? That we're a lesbian couple? Hello." Always.
It would be a
minutes in, huh?
fabulous lesbian couple, though. Like, the fashions would be giving.
And I feel like you posted the other day, and Kiana posted her story the other day. He's like, this is my mom's outfit today because mine sucks.
Yeah.
So she's like, just look at her.
Yeah, today look at her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a big walk-in closet?
I do.
Is
Yes.
it like, give me an idea, like Smaller than this room? Because I'm assuming you have a lot of
Smaller
clothes.
than the room, but the point is that the things pop out, right? So
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
like
it's
a
always-
lot of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
It's because I'm multifaceted. Let me think about that like that.
Yeah.
Right? I like fashion. I'm a serious, businesswoman. But there you have reception, serious fashion,
course.
going out. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of everything, which is representing of how I am and
Of
who
course.
I am. Yeah.
Of course, of course.
So
Go ahead.
Sorry. So I wanna let's talk fashion real quick.
Yeah.
Where did your love for fashion come from? Where did that stem from? Did you see your mom growing up like?
Yeah, my mom, definitely my mom. But also, I became Miss Curaçao at 17, very young.
You came to Curaçao at 17.
Yeah, I became Miss Curaçao.
Miss Curaçao.
Oh, Miss Curaçao.
Miss
Oh,
Curaçao.
so I heard I came to
17.
Curaçao.
So that
Okay.
was really young. I wouldn't advise that to anyone. I mean, you're too young to understand, what you're
In what
representing.
sense?
Yeah,
Because this is
yeah,
great.
yeah.
This is maybe some girls listening to this.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
In
I
what
think
sense?
you have to understand that it's a responsibility to carry that crown for your country.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of didn't really grasp the significance of that. To be honest, I wanted to win a car, and my dad said, "Yeah, simple."
The crown is great, but that car though, this is why I'm here.
My sister became a teenager. They asked me, "Do you want to participate?" I'm like, "What's in it?" You could win a car. My dad didn't want to buy it. He's like, "Are you crazy? You're only 17." So I'm like, "I'm gonna win that thing, right?" So my first interview, everybody says,
This
"Why
is
do you
crazy.
participate? You participate for the experience, for that." I'm like, "To win." And he's like, "Can you at least,
Enjoy
take
it.
it a
Yeah,
notch
yeah,
down?"
yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I just want to win because I want to win the car."
I'm gonna stop you right there. This is the prime example of like, I'm here to win this. Like, this is competition.
Yeah.
This
It's
came
a
through just politique.
competition.
We're not here to. We'll be friends afterwards, but
Yeah.
right now it's you against me.
Yeah, I have to
And that
win
car, I have to go drive
mine.
tomorrow.
I have things to do, yeah.
Yeah.
At 17.
Places to go.
Places to go. So then the fashion started from that because I got a lot of modeling contracts. So I did modeling in Netherlands for a lot of years and went to Germany as well. Then my dad came back. The dad is a thing, right? I said, no, you have to finish your stuff. So I quit that, went to university, but I continued that modeling career for 18 years. I still do it once in a while when
No
they ask me. I
way.
just did it 2 last year. Very nice ones, Curaçao and Curaçao Yacht Club. So that's my fashion thing. I love it, and I think you identify with how you feel, who you are. Like today, you see me with this green. I felt,
Feeling
energy.
green.
Extra.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is. People tell me, "Do you think a lot?" I think zero about it. I just things pop
happens.
and it happens. Yeah. And depending on where I'm going, who I'm meeting. You said cool. I go like cool.
Yeah.
So Kiana said, "But why?" I said cool. They said cool.
This is
So I'm
what it is, baby. You know, stop asking questions.
Yeah.
Do you wear this for yourself, not for like outside validation, no?
No, except for work. You
Yeah.
know, when something has to be in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
But even there, I don't necessarily adhere to. If you go to a meeting, it has to be like a boring suit, whatever.
You still
No.
have to give Anushka.
I have to be a little bit me in everything
It's a
I do.
suit, but it's full red.
Yeah,
Thank
like,
you.
come on.
Or
Yeah.
it's tailored,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like
A little brooch.
or a brooch
Yeah.
or whatever
You
it
love
is. that's-
brooches.
Oh, I love a brooch.
That especially makes me feel like me. I don't want to be anybody else. I think.
Why everybody? They're not as fabulous. So like, I don't want to be you.
I
Ew.
know they're fabulous in their own right.
For sure,
Yeah.
but they ain't you. They
No.
ain't Anushka, baby. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, your power is that you're you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are you too. Which
no, I
love.
know
You're
that.
you
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Speaking at 200 miles an hour is
Oh
you.
my God, guys.
Oh, she's shady
She-
too. I
No.
love.
I literally said it's gonna be a shocking Anushka show.
I think it's super cool.
Did I
Yeah.
talk
I
too
just
fast?
told him it's like you speak as fast as you think, so he's a fast
He's a
thinker.
fast thinker.
And not everybody can do that. right?
Adaptable. Oh, well, see?
I'll
You know what?
never finish your sentences.
No. My wife tries to
Didn't
keep
get a
up.
chance.
She tries to keep up. Like, well, I just gave up. Last year, I was like, yeah, whatever he said, I go with that,
Oh, I love it. I love it.
No.
Okay, so take us now a little bit back. Let's take it all the way back because
Yes.
you talked about your dad a lot. So
Yes.
he comes up in the story a lot.
Yeah.
So what was your childhood life and your household like growing up?
Yeah.
Give me 7-year-old Anushka. What was that life like?
Super nice with the ups and downs of every family. Of
course.
My mom is from, they were both first generation in Curaçao. My mom's family is from Santa Marta, Colombia.
Okay.
Her dad from Panama. My dad from Venezuela, all the way. So he's very white, blue eyes. My mom is darker. We're a mix. They knew each other from Suvisant. It's a very Latin neighborhood. I was born after she lost 4 babies.
Oh shit!
Or
You're the miracle
boys.
baby.
She got 3 girls, so I'm the oldest of the 3. And anyway, 7 years old, we grew up in Dominguito. Then we moved to Ocean Bloed. My dad worked at Isla. Then he became let's say, the head of the whole union, Federation of Curaçao. He did that for a very long time. Central de Sindicato Curaçao. That's the president of all the unions of Curaçao. And he was in politics. My mom worked as a secretary at Aqualectra, which was Ogem at the time. She won an Neerlandia prize, very fashionable, nice, good-looking lady too. So that was me, and it was a very nice upbringing. I went to Rodolfo's College, Pier College, Rodolfo's College. Then I left, like most people do, but I went to Miami to do my bachelor's there, and then for career came back. Went to
What prompted that you said, let's do Miami versus
instead of Holland. Yeah.
a funny story. So I was accepted at Erasmus University. My dad, as much as I love him, he never prepared me for that. So I went into those white, big white buildings in Rotterdam, studentenwoningen.
Yeah.
And I came in and I saw a pile of, plates with pizza stuff and shared bathroom, and it was nasty. So I called home, and he's
I
like,
cannot be here.
What happened? And
Get me out of
did
here.
they sexually assault you?
It feels like it.
I know it sounds so ridiculous, but he said,
Oh my
maybe
God.
you should come back. I said, I cannot. Now, on the hindsight, I think people are better prepared. You know what you're doing. My parents were not academically, educated.
Yeah.
So I don't think they knew all that. So I came back and then I said, no, never. So, and then I got a let's say a loan, student loan, and I went to University of Miami at that time, which was fabulous. Fantastic.
I think, and it's funny because like Kiana's story is
Kiana
like
is very similar. I was thinking about it.
But wasn't Kiana like a little bit reversed? Like she wanted to go to
Kiana
Holland.
was
She kind of
reversed.
played
Yeah,
with it a little bit.
Kiana got placed in Boston, and
Yeah.
she decided 2 weeks before to go to Holland.
Yeah.
She grew up in Miami.
Yeah.
That was
She told a story about like she made a whole calculation
To save money.
Wow, mas vou pagar tanto tal coisa.
Until this day, she uses that.
Yeah.
Remember, I
She
saved
used
you.
it on
I
the podcast
saved you.
last year.
I'm like, listen, no, that saving is gone right now. With everything you kind of used
Yeah,
it for,
yeah.
you know?
Your poor other sister's getting nothing. Like, yeah, your
I
other
know.
sister used everything.
I
like,
have 3 to go. No.
Hey, Kiana, sis, basta may kibay ko kikimit ko bisa mami.
Yeah.
Bem que namin sa. Wala ko yung bugi kasi rekening. Quanto é custa? Ando mostrei. Mesmo sem even 2 apartamentos, bicicleta, 2 bicicletas, electric riba de também.
Ela queda hasi ko, de spreadsheet.
No,
But
mas
it queda
bom.
for years and years and years.
Mas
It
bom.
expired. Sério,
Yeah.
BC. Ela caduca.
Kiana,
But
stop using the story.
I guess for you guys to know something very funny, because people like to say, you're so good in public speaking, blah, blah. At 12 years old, I was in 6th grade here. I won the speech competition of all the schools in Curaçao.
Of all schools?
Yes, it was an essay-based competition, and I wrote my whole a day in my life type of thing, what I had to do, and then you had to present it. But that's for at 12, imagine 12, it's very early on to be standing in Centro Pro Arte and do this. And I happened to win that. So I think it was very natural for me to speak in public, and I grew with that, and I'm natural.
You
I love it.
have this aesthetic of, and I would love to know where you got your confidence from, because we see a lot of women, they jealous each other, and we like to say like it doesn't exist, but it does exist. Women jealous each other a lot, and it's a very small percentage of women that can live in their truth, as fabulous as they are, and have the confidence that you have. And it really shows that your confidence is not bullshit, because if you look at like a Kiana, she also is very much in her own, like, this is who I am. I'm like, I'm a pretty girl, I'm smart, I'm educated, I'm this. So where did that confidence stem from for you?
I think, again, it's from my parents. In that respect, I think mostly my dad, union leader is a thing, right? Where they call each other hermano. And I asked him once, I'm like, why do you call him hermano? He said, At the end of the day, we're all brothers. We're all sisters, no matter the color, no matter if you're rich or not or whatever. So don't ever feel less or, and that, if you're educated with that, you're going to own up to whatever it is you are and what you believe in. And being a woman, it has its negative things, but it has its good things, right? I keep telling the same story, and Kiana had made the same comments in your podcast. I chose the financial sector for a reason. I think I knew that it's going to be hard, and it was hard. But the moment you get the respect, you turn that around, right? And when you turn that around, you'll never lose that. So for me, it was a very hard school, but if you learn to live with that, you'll learn and you'll grow. I think, and you can use that.
Yeah.
So I think it's something that I'm not a victim of anything. You're a victim of yourself.
Of course.
Exactly.
You can turn every situation around. You can.
I like it. You don't use the victim card. Because I'm a woman, I didn't get to. No. You're like, because I'm a woman, I'm gonna make this happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
the
you have
same
to
playing
make harder,
field.
but you do it.
100%.
And you can.
And some guys might feel like a little bit like attacked, like, hey, relax. Like, why are you coming so hard? I mean, like, just like, you know what I mean? It's like, some people might feel offended because of their ego, because when you come at them as a woman, like mujer, like, get out of here, bro. Like, nah.
And on the jealousy, it's funny that you say that. I'm not at all.
I can
think
see that.
It's if anything, it's sad, and it's a thing of insecurity to be jealous of other women, because we should, the male bonding. Why is it called male bonding? Why is it not called female bonding? We should bond. We should, be that group that support each other, because it is harder for a woman. So anytime I can support a woman, I will. And I'm very open about that. If I have equal CVs, I'll go for the woman, because it's not equal. The world is not equal.
It's not.
It's not. So that's a total utopian idea. So if you can give it a push, I will. And I think, sister, let's support each other. Fix the crown.
sure.
Let's push and do it for each other.
Go for the crown and the car.
Go for the crown and the car. And if I can help you with whatever else,
It's like,
let's
if you're looking
bring
for a
it
car,
on.
I got you too. Company cars, which one do you want?
Yeah.
Pick one.
And maybe Kiana has that from me, maybe not. She's her own character. She's her own woman. God knows that we don't always agree.
No, but she did mention, like, a lot of her traits, she got it from you. That's something that she said. And then seeing you here, I'm like,
I can see it.
I get it.
Oh,
I
thank
get
you.
it, 100%.
For
It's a huge
sure.
compliment for me.
No,
Thank you.
you should.
But then
You did your hard
Because I'm
work.
very proud of her and of my other daughters and of friends of mine. I think anybody that has the capacity of not, don't give up. Don't get intimidated.
Amen.
And just stand up. And the boxing is a thing for me, right? You have to be a wife. You have to be a mother. So there is a box in which you fit. And if that's what you want, be that,
Own
right?
it.
But you don't have to be that because people expect that from you. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter. I'm also a fashion lady. I also like to go out and dance and have fun. So why should I not do it because I'm a CEO?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
you can
that's-
you can still live your own personal life. I tell this to my
Yes.
wife a lot. Is yes, we're married, but life is like you have your circle, I have my circle,
Yeah.
And we have our circle
When you
together.
put it together, that little tiny thing, that's
You're your
us.
own person.
But you're supposed to have your own friends. Your own. Hey, I'm going on a girls trip to I don't freaking know
Have
Spain.
fun.
Go.
Yeah,
Same thing,
as
I'll go with
long
my
as
guy
you do
friends.
it with respect and trust, we're good,
100%,
right?
100%.
Yeah.
You should-
It's-
because like why? Because sometimes you have these couples that like you would get married in a relationship and the guy's like, "Kiti kose, no biste
No
kone."
biste kose.
That's insecure.
Leo mai, just like I tell her, like sometimes you stay home too much. Like, please go, like
Yeah.
go out to your friends. Go, because if you do it for too long, you're gonna be so codependent on me, and then I need you to have your own
Yeah.
circle.
I'm the same.
Yeah, you have to.
And my
you have
husband
to.
has his own thing going, and he's his own person, and we love being in each other's company. But he
100%.
understands that I need my space too.
You guys have
and
business
he need-
together? You and your
No, God knows.
No,
God,
my
no.
money is my money.
No, not that.
No.
But he is a private equity manager, and he does his thing, and he's in the financial sector, and we knew each other like that.
Okay.
But I don't think we're very strong personalities, both of us. I'm not sure how to working
Yeah,
together.
yeah, yeah.
It's
We
not.
work together in the charity.
Yeah.
And that goes
That's good.
very well. He's also very driven, so no, that works. But he lets me be. So today I told her, I'm going to this park. He's like, oh gosh, you do it. You be you.
I feel like we have to bring him. I'm like, so
Oh,
how
God,
does
that's
it
gonna
feel?
be
How
a
does it feel
whole
being
different
married to
podcast.
Anushka?
With her, like,
How's it feel to be a woman like? How does it feel to be married to a woman like that? Like, bro.
He's gonna laugh.
Oh my god!
and
Like,
the daughter, like, how does that work?
like, not just Kiana. You got 2 more daughters after
then
that.
more.
Oh
And
my.
a son, he's gonna laugh at that.
Yeah.
You know, somebody asked him, does it take her like an hour to get ready? He's like, no, much less than you would expect.
She knows
No.
what she knows
He
what
knows,
she's doing.
no. I could be done in 15 minutes. I know
Clever.
exactly what, how, that's it.
I
Okay,
understand. Go
so
for it.
Yes.
I want to switch the conversation
Sure.
just a little bit because I think it's very important. And you were very much in a male-dominated industry.
Yes.
With a lot of things. So have you ever gotten any pushback? Because especially how good you look. Have you ever gotten any pushback or like any type of disrespect from like men trying to, hey, let's like, I think you should sleep your way up to the top, or like I can like, I'll give me a pass, and then I will make sure you get this position and stuff like this.
No,
yeah.
not that directly. The disrespect came from, oh, this is going to be an easy meeting, That, what you do get is that people from the outside, once you become, I became a managing director at 29 in a very, very
Oh, wow.
male-dominated environment. There was only one more woman that was a managing director in 16, and it's a multinational company. So, but it's extremely professional. We had to do, accounting statements per month. So there's no way you can sleep your way out of 400 clients. That environment.
The guy's like, I'm so tired. Like, how many more do I gotta go through?
that environment doesn't, But from the people outside, then you could hear like, maybe she must have done something.
Yeah.
And I feel like, no. Educate yourself on what it is that you do in an accounting practice like that. You can't. You simply can't. Because you're dealing with clients, you're dealing with deadlines, and I dealt with 300 people that were reporting to me. So there's no way you can survive that 20 years
Damn.
with the record that I had of growing, 20, 30% per year, which was really good.
Baby, that is fabulous.
No, and what I like about it is, you show what you can do. It's not maybe or an opinion. This is what
The
I
data
brought
is here.
to the
Here's the
table.
statistics.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and no one can take that from you.
Yeah.
No one. Your clients, you're not your personnel, not your supervisor, nobody. So in that respect, you felt that. And when I came back, I think I thought those things were like mostly abroad. New York was brutal. I worked in New York for a very long time. You come in and you go like, this is a young, good-looking lady. This is going to be an easy meeting. You spin it around pretty quick, and the New Yorkers became my best clients. So because that's the rudest, most, the hardest environment to work in.
Yeah.
But that was the best
High
learning.
competition.
Once
Yes.
you learn to dominate them, especially New Yorkers, they're very much on. You have to insert the dominance of, listen, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I run shit here. This is how this is gonna happen.
Absolutely.
They respect you.
And that's that. But you have, when I came back after 20 years, here, I think it was still a best male-dominated macho environment,
It's
right?
macho. That's the thing with these Caribbean guys.
In one of these big meetings, they said, we have the table question, ronde tafel question. And so I said, yeah. And he's like, it's not really meant to ask the question. I'm like, what do you mean? It's a ronde tafel. I have to ask the question.
If we're not, can I start then?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna
What's
ask
the point?
I'm gonna ask the damn question.
Yeah.
And the idea was, nobody really does that, especially not you. You're new, so be quiet and submissive and listen and learn. So I did that 2 meetings, 1, 2, and after that it was done. So I started asking questions.
Oh, okay. I thought
and
you were going to say you're
started,
going to...
doing what I do best, which is being critical, being efficient, being productive. And that's what you pay me to be.
Amen.
And
Asking
people
a lot
had
of
to
questions.
adjust to that. Yeah.
Tori has that too. My wife has that too. Always like, fuck, like this, but what about this? But what about
You
that?
have to.
But she works in audits. So
Oh
that-
yeah, so same thing.
Yeah.
Ask her about sleeping your way up. No way.
Excuse me? Well, thank God it's remote, so it's remote work, so it's all good.
No, you can't. But it's hard. You
Yeah.
have to be, very assertive, and don't quit. Basically, go on and on and on and on until you earn that respect. And if you do it, especially with the work you deliver, then I think it becomes easier.
Okay, so no, I'm sorry. I'm
No,
just
go,
here,
go,
like,
go,
on
go.
Go for it.
I'm enjoying this. I'm like, again, spectator. I'm like, I'm loving this.
So how you talked about it, so I want to know a little bit more on how did you balance then motherhood, being a wife, still having time for yourself, because that's something professionals have a huge issue with.
Yeah.
Is the disbalance of work-life balance. So how did you manage that?
Yeah,
What
it
are
was,
things that you cut out or stuff like that?
It was hard. No one is going to say it's not hard, but what you have to do is think of pregnancy not like a sickness, for example, right? Except if you have a really bad pregnancy. Pregnancy is part of life. So I enjoyed every pregnancy. My kids have 8 years in between. So at any given time, I had one that I have to really, really, be there for. But I think they appreciate also that the things you have to do, it's quality. There's a Harvard study about this, right? You have a lot of moms, and no shade or disrespect for the moms that are at home, but if you're at home and you're happy with your situation and you give all your attention to your kids, good. A lot of them, however, are unhappy with being home.
Exactly.
And they end up not giving that quality, that they have to give to the kids. And then in that study, they said it's better to have that quality hour or 2 hours per day with your kids than having a lot of time and you're not really doing anything because
They're
you're
not getting
thinking
anything out of
about
it.
where's my husband, when he's coming home,
Yeah.
what should I be doing, why am I doing not, that type of deal. So how did I balance? Listen, I took time for myself. It sounds selfish, but it's true. You need me time.
have to be selfish.
You have to have me time and be happy before you can make anybody else happy. I worked, which I loved, and I work still today because I love it. Kiana always says, "No, I'm gonna cover and buy you this and that, so you don't have to work." I'm like, "No, because
Girl,
I'll
no, I want to work.
always work. I want to.
I want to be working. I
enjoy
love it. Yeah.
And then I chose when and where to be for my kids. So in terms of sacrificing, I wasn't a cookie mom. Like, I couldn't be there for the cookies and the bake sales, but if there was a parent-teacher conference, if there was something that was, of
requires
importance and
Yeah, yeah.
required,
Like a recital, like
a
something-
recital.
yeah, yeah.
I would once. I remember I lost a ballet recital of Kiana. I was in tears, like sprinting from the airport because there was a delay. Those are the things that you sacrifice, and that could hurt you. But I never felt bad of not being able to go to the bake sale. I'm like, it's a bake sale.
Babe,
Yeah.
We can do it
y'all
tomorrow.
ain't making that good anyways, to be honest.
And
but
please, moms that do big sale, this is no shade. It's good. It's good that you do, but I didn't feel bad.
Yeah,
How about being a wife? Like, was there some sort of like balance of like, 'cause seeing you're both busy? Like, did you guys have time for each other, or like
Date nights
you
and
would
sexy
schedule
time.
like, okay, seeing you're both busy, maybe 6 days out of the week, you don't really see each other, but that one Sunday, like, hey, we're going to Klein Curaçao, go hang out,
No, my husband and I make time. We do
Yeah.
make time for each other. We have date nights, and we have series nights where we watch
Love.
TV and
Netflix,
stuff.
yeah.
But we also, after every vacation, we have a small mini vacation for the two of us.
Okay.
Always, we put that in, and even in the vacations, the kids notice, right? We have date nights where we go and leave and stay somewhere else, and they go, oh, there they go again. Ew, get a room. We're like, we do.
we do.
We do.
Yeah,
We're
I'm getting
getting
a
the room.
vacation from the vacation.
Yes, and they got used to that. But I think that's one tip that I'll give anybody out there. Just make the time for that.
Amen.
Make the time for your husband. Make that particular time for you. For me, it's a gym. I go almost every day from 8 to 9. I build it in. I block it in my agenda. I think it's very important. It's an hour that it's
Thank
not
you.
vanity. It's an hour
It's for
that you're
you.
doing for you. And and looking good. What I think it's once in a week you go to the hairdresser, you do your nails. That doesn't take.
But
too
it's
much.
part of the professional look as well.
It is.
You're shaking people's hands. You're representing Curaçao on a high scale. So you kind of have to make sure your nails look
Well,
good.
I do think it matters.
It does. It does.
It tells a story of that you take care of you, so you take care of your work, of your duties.
But it also gives people a perspective where, like, ooh, I want to hear what she has to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just by simply how she looks.
You look at her like, she seems very interesting. I wonder what
She
she
has
does.
something to
yeah,
say.
yeah.
She's a
You're
statement.
attracted to the person.
Of
I get
course.
it.
Oh, thank you.
I get it.
That's a
No, but
perspective I
fashion
didn't
does
think about.
that.
Yeah.
That's part of looking, presenting a
Yeah.
full package. That's
Thank
part of
you.
it. So
and the thing I don't like is when they say you don't look like you're from Curaçao. I'm like,
what does
What
Curaçao
do I
look
look like?
exactly. What is Curaçao look? Kiana gets very upset about that too. Hola, ¿cómo estás? I said, which part of Colombia are you? Seriously? Skipped the whole Curaçao.
And the last name doesn't help.
No, and I said, listen, what is from Curaçao? I analyzed that for a second. The first inhabitants were what? Indians, you know? So the Curaçao is everything. Curaçao is a mixture of everything.
A lot, yeah.
You know, people that came from Portugal, from a lot of Jewish people, Spanish people. Then came the Dutch, then came the imports, you know? So Curaçao is a mix of everything. So to identify me as not being or being is limiting yourself. And limiting beliefs is a topic on its own.
Yeah.
And I think it's something very significant that we should take care of on this island, and I'm working on that. Limiting beliefs means that, you know, you're limiting yourself in putting yourself
aspects.
in boxes.
Yeah.
And
This is
people
all I
do
can
that.
do. This is all I can do. I can't do more.
It's
than-
all I can be,
Yeah.
you know? And it's my color that determines me, or my status, or whether I'm gay or not gay, or whether I'm women or... No, none of that
Ridiculous.
matters.
Just whatever you want to become, just think about it and just go for it.
And just go for it. And
Yeah.
everything takes work and sacrifice.
True, but that also stems out of like your parents. Like,
Yes.
you know,
It
like
does.
your upbringing in your household. That's a big pressure on the mental belief of someone. You know, like
Yes.
It does, but I also see it as you can't jail yourself in that for a long time either, because your parents probably didn't know any better, because their parents, that's what they got indoctrinated with.
Yeah.
If you have the opportunity and the ability, because we have internet and we have the phones, you can understand that, hey, you know what? That was a cycle I want to stop.
Yeah.
And again, it's not because, oh, my color of the skin or because my parents didn't teach me this. No, you have that opportunity now
Yeah.
to be whatever you want. To me, I always see it as it is about who wants it the most, who's the hungriest, who is going to be like, listen, I don't know shit about this industry, but I'm going to learn everything about it because I want to be the best in it.
Kev,
Yes, and
Kev was a
listen,
great
I have
example.
a minor in psychology too. There is an age, right, where you have to own up your own character.
You have
right?
to.
So you yes.
what's that age?
But it's between 14 and 70. You already
Okay.
know who you are. Good, not good, yes, no. And you have to own up and you become that adult, you know, young adult, but you're becoming a man or a woman or whatever. And you have to determine who you want to be.
Yeah.
And your upbringing helps, yes, and your conditions help. But I was just talking to Jurandi Martina before this, right? What? He's also Yuri Corso. He also didn't have, you know, the maybe the right Oriandino. You know, those
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
didn't have it easy.
Yeah.
But what made it that, you know, that they became
What
who they
was
are?
that the
Something.
pivotal thing in life that made you switch? Like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna do what I want.
And that's grit.
Yeah.
It's all about grit. It's about you decide
There's
this
a
is
book.
not
It's
who I'm
greatness.
gonna be. I'm gonna be that what
Yeah.
I want to. And I had that at an early age. I think Kiana had it. There's a lot of people that, and sometimes it helps to motivate them and talk to them.
course.
But you have to have a little of that in your own, right?
You need to
You
have
need
that fire.
to have that fire,
Shark has
that
a boatload.
hungry. Yeah, you have to be hungry to you know,
have to be
go be
hungry.
the next whatever, Rihanna.
I don't know if she did research, guys. She said, use Rihanna. You did research, or someone told you. It's like there's no way you would have said that like, out
Rihanna's
of
the
everybody.
queen, baby. Don't play with her.
Scoring points with Shark today.
Don't play with it. She has to score no points. She just walked in
Yeah,
and she
yeah,
scored
yeah,
all the
yeah,
points.
Thank you.
Stop.
I tried to prepare, but
Listen.
you guys.
And then I told you, like, don't worry about it. Like,
No, because
Nine-
90% is improvised. I'm like,
it's
good
like-
or not
This
good.
is
Okay.
it.
all right, I'm gonna focus at 10%, then make that 10% to 90%.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. It's like it's fun.
Okay, so let's talk CHATA. CHATA.
Yes.
Yeah.
CHATA.
How did this come about? How did they be like, oh, Kiana, we want you, Anushka, we
Anushka.
want you? Or like, how did this come about? Like,
Okay, I did, in a nutshell, 20 years private,
Sector,
on
yeah.
the private sector. Came back, became the president of CIFA, Curaçao International Financial Association, and the vice president of Curaçao International Financial Sector.
T, baby.
Did that.
A lot of finances
Started
as
work,
well.
all finance.
Yeah.
Started working with the government, worked with like 6, 7 ministers at a time, and so on. So after that tenure of 6 years, it's 4, you have to stop, but I took 6, which is fine. I went into Ministry of Economic Development, became a chief cabinet of one of the economic development ministers. Then I became the advisor of the minister president, and I became the liaison in the COVID period between Curaçao and Holland. So I worked a lot with Holland. And they liked the fact that I was a bridge builder, bruggenbouwer. The vertaalslag I could do easily. So that became a thing. Government change. I did 3 years consultancy. I work for a company in Miami. I do my own consultancy. I'm also a coach, so fine. I did that, finished the master's, finished the coaching.
Oh my God.
I do a lot of things,
Let me
right?
open my book. So I did this.
Yeah.
I
So
love it.
after that,
100%.
the third year, then somebody said, wouldn't you like to take this role? And that was actually what Miles took on right now, which is CNEX, CEO of CNEX. So I kind of went into that, participated in that interview, and then somebody else said, but wait, CHATA has an opening. And I said, okay, wait, CHATA is completely something else. It
A challenge
takes
too.
me out of the whole finance investment thing that I've been
whole
doing
new
for the last
world.
30 years. Go into hospitality, tourism, which for me is new, bright.
It's
you
a
know,
fun challenge, like
it's
something
fun,
different. Yeah,
you know?
yeah. You're gonna
already
grow.
when you talk tourism, I laugh. It's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
It's something that always attracted me. So I said, no, okay, I'm gonna drop out of that, get into that, and you go to the interview, the loops, talk to a lot of board members, and the more I did that, the more I liked it. So that's how I came about, and I was accepted for the role, thankfully, with a very nice, complete board and members. It's so positive. It's so positive on a lot of angles. It's growing. It's actually the largest economic pillar of the island right now.
Nice.
You have
Tourism?
all big hotels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tourism, it's like 48% of the GDP.
Oh, nice.
You have 20,000 people working it and growing. So I dare to say that trend is going to continue.
Of course.
I work very closely with CTB. By the way, Moriat would be another very great person for you to interview.
We're
He's-
gonna
he's
text you.
young,
Give us a
bright.
connection.
Yeah, I'll give you the connection.
Season 3.
Yes, young, bright, upcoming. He understands, this area. So we do it in a private-public partnership type of deal. He's public, I'm private. We work with the government very well. So I don't mind, here it's a small island. People tend to think if you work with that minister, you're pro that.
Aruba's the
Same thing.
same. Same thing in Aruba.
You're a
Nah,
professional,
like-
and a professional works with any government
100%.
because you're doing
Doing
it
for the good of the country, not for the
good in the
selfish
country,
reasons.
and because you're a vaktechneut.
Yeah.
It's your competence that counts, and not your preference for
Correct.
government.
Like,
or
I
something
want
like
to do
that.
this because I think it's
Yeah.
better. Although your thing is gonna fuck up a lot of other people. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
we should do this because it makes more sense to help this many people. Yes, a little bit suffer, but you know what I mean. It's like you gotta kind of like pick.
It's a balance.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
a balance, but even there, I say if it's good for the country, go for it.
Exactly.
Like, why would you not?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that works out very well. We've done a lot of great things last year, and we're going to continue.
Amen.
Like Aruba is highly dependent on Americans. We're diversifying fully.
Yeah.
So we are
I saw a lot of Brazilians come in.
Brazilians,
I was in the
Colombians.
airport hearing Portuguese. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah,
it's
no,
good.
they are high spenders.
Yeah.
They leave
Yeah.
a lot on the island, and that's the strategy we're talking about. Which kind of tourists do you want to have?
Correct.
Which countries? What do you want to go? Where do you want to go with tourism? So it's not a formula of quantity; it's about quality.
Yeah.
That's
And,
what Aruba's trying to switch now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Aruba already
It's too late.
did that.
Yeah.
So the only thing is we were diversified. We had 5 economic pillars, and now you're down to 1 or 2. But my own, personal idea about it is if your one pillar is very strong, the domino effect of it is huge, and it can maintain, your island forever.
As long as
Until
there's no
something like
COVID,
COVID happens,
Yeah.
and then
As
if
Then
you're
you're
screwed.
dependent
Yeah.
on one,
Yeah, but COVID would screw it anyway.
Yeah.
No, it's not even only if it's
Aruba is really
tourism.
diversifying right now, though. Like right now, I think COVID made us realize, like, oh shoot, we need to like diversify. Now we're looking into like where the oil refinery is. They want to tear it down, build maybe vertical farming. They want to build a new cruise port terminal.
Yes, but in reality, how much? How much are they diversifying? It's still 90%.
Yeah,
no?
they're trying to invest now in agriculture.
Yeah.
And I think they're starting with lowering the cost of living. So instead of bringing all those stuff from outside but shipping it in, they're gonna invest like here's 200 for you, 100K for you. Go invest
Yeah.
and build the agriculture, maybe lechuga, maybe tomate, maybe whatever.
But it's long term, and I mean it's good that they're doing that.
Yeah, yeah,
Curaçao, it's this plus you have construction, but the construction is related to hospitality and tourism. Then they're thinking, digital nomads, IT, call centers.
Yeah.
That's all fine, But in reality, macroeconomically, it's still very small. And this is big.
And
What-
I like,
go ahead.
I like also that y'all are in Curaçao here. You all respect the orange economy so much more. Like,
Oh yeah,
I see how
the love we're getting here
you
is
all
crazy.
invest in local influencers, local
Sad.
this, like
Very
you
much.
go
Yes.
crazy with your local talents, and they are the faces of
Yes.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
You don't look for like outsiders to come unless the outsiders are also from like sister islands. So you look from somebody from Aruba, somebody from Bonaire,
Yeah.
and still give that flavor of, oh, this is our own people promoting our own stuff.
Facts.
And I love that so
Yeah.
much. And I'm like,
I've
Aruba,
said-
please. Can
I've
you
said this.
on
I've said this many times, like to Ata and stuff. Like, you know, like I understand you want to work with an agency from New York to bring these influencers. I'm like, come on, do your research. Like, look at the analytics of these influencers you're bringing down. That's number one. Number two, you're spending so much money because America isn't cheap. All that money, why not find three people in the culinary scene, ocean, whatever? Invest in them for them to become influencers, and they represent your island.
Yeah.
There's a cooking competition. Aruba pays, go represent us. Bring our fucking dishes of
Yeah.
fuchi. Go to Spain and make
And
whatever.
no better person to represent than somebody from
100%.
Exactly.
Like you're spending so much money on these other influencers. They come have a good time and they'll never come again. Meanwhile, you can pay a local person. They have a salary now. They can survive on this, and they get to create content around what they love
Yeah.
because you're
and
pushing
promote
it.
the island that they live on.
100%.
So it's-
They build
No.
a fan base. They stay here. The fan base, like, hey, I really fuck with Aruba. Like, I don't know who this
No,
guy
yeah,
is.
and that's why I just had that conversation with Jorandi, as I, want to propose him to become an ambassador for CHATA.
See?
Because
Yeah.
what sells is the story, right? CTB does sea sand and sand. It's all beautiful, and they're doing more of product
Shout out to them.
development.
They hook us up
Yeah.
with a car.
Good, right?
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
Kudos to them, and they're doing also because we have an MOU with them, more of product development and storytelling. But we market locally too, so we want that. We want that story from the man in Puna, in Trabanda, telling us what is it that you do, because that is the number one thing that attracts the tourists now
Facts.
to Curaçao.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Authenticity.
Yeah.
The warmth of the people. It's always the people.
And that's something you guys still have. Like I will walk
We do,
around,
yes.
the culture and everything. Like we see it. Like
huge.
the food. You guys love your food. You guys love your
Oh,
music
yes.
and eat. No, so they put it like lately. We're going to Funchi.
Aren't you cool?
We went there yesterday. I mean, I expect a waiter. Hey, what's the guy podcast? I'm like, what the fuck?
See, nice, huh?
Legit. And some other guy from the table came over. Like, hey, what's the guy? Hey, sige boss ako na mo. So
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, the guy gave us a bunch of juices. He
Sell,
was like,
guys.
hey, this is my product.
See how
Yeah,
cool?
they want delighted.
Delighted.
Und juice.
Okay, so if Aruba doesn't contract you, we will.
I'm like, yo, sign me up to Curaçao because everybody
You
else
don't
sleeping
even
on
have
us.
that accent. Oh, no.
Get the condos ready. We'll move it right away. Nah,
Come
pero
on.
it's me gusta kung Hope You Love was the show na just handy ABC. Like if they love something, like yo, that means kabo, hey, mahal ko ngayon.
Sí.
Na and Aruba
Y
love
Aruba
shape.
también, but then no, sa Aruba ta,
I think it's like
hermana.
reverse. Like
Love
orang Curaçao
them.
ba iba na I Hope You Love di Curaçao.
Sí.
Or Aruba min gina, hey, mahal ko ngayon, was ah?
Fuak Jay on in December aquí na. The guy.
Oh, yeah. No.
Kaya the papia.
Yeah, kaya I went.
You went? Yeah.
See?
That's
As
a
you
really
should.
that's a really cool. When you venue ito, pasok un airplane hangar.
It's at the near the airport.
So
Yeah,
okay, so
Joe.
itong airplane hangar
Sí,
back in the day.
Parse, sí.
It was
But
what
very
was
nice, air conditioned, and it was really nice. Yeah.
I love it.
So
I
that
love
was cool.
it.
You see, I go to parties.
Hey, let's go, Shion.
And,
Don't play with us.
hopefully I'll get to see it one day when they have a big party here.
And I'm in Aruba tomorrow. How fun is that?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
you
have
told me.
meetings
Yeah, you told me you have something to go
with
to.
CHATA, super nice. Tisa.
Shout out to Tisa.
Yeah,
We love
shout out to
Tisa.
Tisa.
We
I
love Tisa. Tisa has helped us a lot. Like whenever I go to her for advice, sometimes like I would like, hey, so this is happening. Like kita mo opi yung over.
She gives the best advice. She
The
advises me to
best.
know. I love her.
She always books me for like some of the CHATA events. I also host IMC stuff in Aruba.
Ah, okay.
So it's funny you were mentioning MC earlier. I failed public speaking last school. Those biya. Me failed me. So who's laughing now? But anyways, I remember that same school told me.
Tatawa, yung podcast. Wow.
EMC event na namin. There's who's
But
laughing
you know
now?
what it means, right? You didn't give up.
Exactly.
It's what we said,
I
right?
just
Don't
I just
give up.
enjoy doing it. I just found it so much fun. I'm like, I always have this thing whenever I take on a project. My first question is like, am I gonna enjoy this? if I do, and then like, all right, now let's proceed to the next one. Like, how can we make this work, bro? If I'm not gonna enjoy it, then I'm not gonna freaking do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna be like,
Obviously, you guys enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, we're here.
But
Like,
you're also lucky that you can make a living out of that, right? Not everybody has that, but I agree. I mean, I'm a fierce defender of do what you love.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not gonna come out.
I don't do nothing I don't want to do.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Facts.
I'm not sorry about it either.
But that's also your generation. You know, you refuse to, give into what
For sure.
what
Don't
you
live
love
for
to
the
do.
norm.
Love it.
I had a question, but I forgot. Damn.
You
Oh,
forgot
God.
your
Yeah,
question.
no. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, it's not a question. Something I want to ask you, but I don't want to say it on camera. So,
Okay.
Because people can be stealing my ideas, you know?
Then you'll do it after.
yeah.
What are we missing?
I just, anyways.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
what has been your biggest learning since being in this position? Like, what is your biggest take back? You can be like, you know what? Since doing this current position, I've learned
X,
this.
Y, Z.
I've learned that working together is still, and I always believed in that, but it's still the best formula to go ahead. Even if you don't get along, even if you don't
Yeah.
necessarily, agree with everything, you cannot do it alone. And that counts for organizations as well. We're as strong as our, weakest link, and so take the weakest link, unite with them, and then that's how we move forward as a country, right?
Yeah.
So I may still disagree with things, but you need each other. So my biggest takeaway and my biggest advice is to, no matter what, put the differences aside. It's not ego. Good book, by the way. Ego is the enemy.
Ryan Holiday.
And
Yeah.
very good book. Put the ego aside and just keep thinking on, where it is you're going to and what's your goal. And you'll get there if you do it together.
Are you a book reader?
I am, yes.
Yeah. What was the one book that changed? I'm not, sorry, I'm segueing, but like,
No.
everybody has that one book that, ooh, like for me, it was Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Okay.
That made me like, oh, so el mundo akita existe? Like, this is a real thing?
I had The Second Mountain. The Second Mountain is a book, I started feeling around 49 that I had no purpose. And I made a lot of,
Really? That
I made a
age?
lot of money, but in what I was doing, but there was something missing,
yeah, like-
right?
It was stagnant.
Yes, and The Second Mountain tells you that at some point, and it's different for everyone, you reach that, and then you have to find purpose. And that purpose is different for everyone. For me, it was that I had to give back to my community, to my country. And it's very easy to sit in Miami or Holland and say what you're doing wrong. But actually, come be part of the solution.
Yeah.
And
bring your knowledge back and like, how can we fix
bringing
this?
knowledge back,
Yeah.
helping with that, but also helping the community. And it gave me that sense of purpose very quickly. And yes, there were roadblocks, and we spoke about some of those. But I think in net, what you get out of it is so much more and so much better than what you give up for. So I love that. And I think you give up 40% of maybe your income to come here.
Yeah.
But what is life about? It's about legacy. It's about your children seeing that you're doing something good.
Yeah.
Something really good.
Yeah.
And if that's something you carry with you, then by all means do it. It's worth it. Because money for money, yeah. How many shoes can you buy? I mean,
So, what are 3 things that you would like to fulfill before you close your eyes to this world?
oh, wow.
Yeah, I would love to know this
Yeah,
because
sure.
like I feel like you've done so much, you've
Yeah.
accomplished so much. So like, if there's 3 more things that you would be like, hey, you know what? I would love to do these things before I die.
First of all, I would like to see my kids happy and completed in their own rights and whatever they want to do. Second, I would like to see more peace and happiness in the people from this particular country. Like more positivity, more of that, more that you can do it type of deal, what we spoke about. Leaving the past to the past, let bygone be bygone.
Yeah.
And that part. And third, for myself, yes, I mean, I'm right now in the hospitality sector. I would like to make sure that it's a sustainable hospitality sector, that it's something that Curaçao can thrive on. You can hire much more people. You can learn much more for it. It becomes sustainable. Even if there's a COVID, you have a diversified economy that is sustainable. And if I can help my granito for that to happen, that would be something big for me.
One of your stuff that you want to accomplish.
Yes. In what I'm doing right now.
So
Okay.
is
Sure.
sorry.
No, go.
Is CHATA now involved in school as well, like in education?
Yes, but on the hospitality side. So what we're trying to do with the Ministry of Education is go to the schools and give lectures on why you should work in hospitality.
Yeah.
Why? Because there's right now in the hospitality faculty around 14 kids start studying that, 6 or 7 graduate. It's expensive for them. They have to work while they study, and so that's why we started a hospitality, let's say, sponsorship program too. And the second is they believe like there's no future in it. So that's the mentality that we're trying to change and educate them that there is a future. You have to make it.
Do you guys have a shortage in the hospitality sector?
Absolutely.
Clearly.
Yeah, no, I'm only asking because
No, based on what
in
you just
Aruba
said.
there's that's a big problem right now.
Huge. Listen, Aruba is Curaçao grew in economy 5.4% last year, and we're looking to grow again this year. The biggest catalyst.
Of course, you're running it. That's why.
I'm sorry, yeah.
That's why.
is tourism. So we're going to have an additional 4,000 rooms for 2027, which means 2,000, 3,000 people we need in hospitality to work, which is impossible to find here or Aruba. So we have to make sure that the permits are right, and we have to import. While you're incentivizing,
Younger
your
kids,
students to study. And once they have that diploma, they can grow. Because we have enough GMs here that are.
You gotta show them like you could be. You gotta also find out if they're passionate about it. Like, and how do you do it? By like maybe for them because they don't have the finance or something to like buy the knives or buy whatever. Maybe you guys gift them like, hey, here's a whole. Talk about chefs.
Yeah.
Tisa does that.
I think
he does.
I think
She
yeah.
does, yeah.
You know what you have to do? Tell Justin to go give a lecture.
Absolutely.
Justin, sorry, but
Justin is going to be my next panelist.
Yeah.
He goes like, si tante. No, but
The kids
that's
will pay
one of the
attention.
things.
Yeah.
I agree. He's an example of
He's
somebody,
a great
another
example.
one. And he's cool. So
Yeah.
there we go.
Definitely.
It's like,
Snack
so
to
being a
look at.
chef, being a school, like, like you kind of want to make it seem like, oh, I want to be that guy.
It's cool to
Yeah.
be in that sector.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it wasn't before, but it is now. So
And
yes,
for all the
we're part of that.
guys, women like guys who can cook. I don't know why my
True.
wife married me because I can't cook for shit, but I guess I'm just very funny.
Yeah.
You had other attributes. You have
Yeah,
other
other attributes.
Yeah.
But
No,
anyways.
so we do go to schools and we give
No,
lectures.
I asked this just because in one of your 3 goals that you would love to accomplish, you talked about you like to see more positivity in the community and all this good stuff. And I feel like that starts with education.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because in Underbow is where the kids are developing the most. That's when they suck in the most information. They're a sponge. And I feel like our school systems failed us. No tea, no shade. But just speaking from my own perspective, I feel like our school systems failed us in the sense of why did we not have debate classes where we could learn to debate on a professional level as children?
Critical thinking.
We could. Why didn't we have more speaking classes? Like we did
Yeah.
spreekbeurts, pero
Not
I'm
enough.
talking at like a higher level of what you're communicating. I'm talking about like sex education. I'm talking all of these type of things. I feel like these should have been done in an underbouw system where you're now learning by the time you go to MAVO, you kind of have a better idea of what you want to do in life, where you want to go,
Yeah.
what versus
Teach them, like,
getting all of this
agriculture.
at exactly
Teach
even
them,
like taxes.
Yeah.
Why do we not learn about taxes?
I wish
if
they
it's something
did.
we're gonna have to deal with.
Budgeting.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I mean, listen, I cannot say education on its own is a whole different,
is.
ball game to talk about. I mean, which system we're still very, we follow the Dutch system too. So it's. But yes, I agree that you could put more into that, and that's why I don't always put the blame. People like to blame government for everything. I always think, what do you you do?
We have
what
right,
do you do?
exactly.
So our point is we're going to go to the schools and offer this from the private sector, our education or mentorship or, critical thinking courses from the private sector side. And that's what we bring to the table. And I think if everybody does that a little bit, we're going to get there, right? But we should all be part of that solution. And I agree with you. In America, you just spoke about debating. At 10 years, they start with debating classes, right? So very early on.
Wait, is this
Yes.
No,
No.
in
In
US.
in the US.
okay. I was like, wait, Curacao, they do this? Like,
No.
International school does.
Yeah,
But, it should be part of every school.
You should learn that, me and Shaka are a great example. We agree to disagree a lot. Like, sometimes we don't agree on a
don't
lot
take
of
it
things.
personal.
Bro, we're still here, like,
Yeah.
5 years later, still doing this show.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it is what it is.
Soft on the man, hard on the issue. That's part of the whole political landscape too. Let's not go
Exactly.
personal,
Yeah.
and let's discuss the issue. And if you have enough
But it's
arguments,
difícil, it's very hard for somebody to, like, when somebody says something to me that, quote unquote, offends me, I'm not offending you, like, as a person. I'm just
No.
like, the whole idea of what we're doing is not working, but some people and their ego
Take it personal.
They're like, I mean, like, dude, no, ow, but
This is
it
also-
doesn't make sense, but okay.
This is why we have shitty politicians now. It's because
It's just a popularity contest.
yeah, but they're shitty. Like they don't know how to debate. They get emotional, then they want to do personal attacks and all this bullshit. But
Was it-
if they got like debate classes and like from a young age
Yeah.
they understood how this works, you're going up there now to represent yourself in such a high professional way where it's like, no, we can stay al caso. No, this is what the
but
conversation
it's
is
even
about.
simple things, right? You see how you let me speak, and then I let
Of
you
course.
speak.
Yeah.
Nobody,
Yeah.
interrupts, and those are simple things that if you have that within you, that you can have a conversation. We can
Yeah.
talk like this for till tonight, and agree and disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys also have it in Aruba, Curaçao. In Aruba, they get very personal in government and they tira palabra like, sí, pero tal cosas. You guys have like that issue also here?
Yeah, I'm
It's like a
sure.
circus instead of a parliament
That
room.
sucks. I hate that.
We
I
have
really
that.
hate
I
that
don't,
for
want,
us.
I don't want to put you in a difficult
No,
position.
you have that too in general, saying that's a part of the culture, I believe.
Yeah.
But if I wish that would change, yes. I think then you get more to the
actual
issues,
problem.
the
What's
actual
actually-
issues.
But
Yeah.
you also have younger people that might actually now be interested in politics and be interested in because now most people that I know, they have such a love for passion and a passion for politics, but just because they know how personal the attacks can become, it's like
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
No, that I agree with. I think a lot of people.
Sorry.
No, ¿qué está pa ahí? Está exposed na cosa.
Correcto. Especialmente si batimos nung pasado un poco, zeg maar, femang. And then talk about, oh yeah, you change yourself, you're a better person. Well, are people going to dig your past and just put them like on blast?
Yeah,
Although,
but
who
even
wants
with that, I learned that from I think it was the Yahoo or one of these ladies that was going to run for president. Everybody has a past. Right?
100%.
Exactly.
Everybody has something to be ashamed of or some skeleton.
Yeah.
I don't think does that determine you. I don't
As a
know.
person, like,
no,
people
because
will judge you for it, but-
depend on except if you killed somebody or
Yeah.
whatever. But if you made normal mistakes, it's part of growing up.
Facts.
And I think that's just normal. So if you take that attitude, I messed up there. True.
Yeah. Would
I
you
did.
ever run for prime minister, of course?
No.
I mean, listen.
no.
Apparently, everything you touch grows 5%, 30%. I'm like, listen.
She's a grower.
Like,
No.
maybe you say no today, but maybe in 2-3 years,
Curaçao
we'll
needs
see.
I have a lot of peace of mind, Lagami. No, I help the government where I'm
you
asked,
can, yeah.
and I'm fine with that in that respect. So I don't want to know, not particularly. I love these type of conversations,
Of course, yeah.
but to be thrown on Facebook every day, I mean, you have
Aquí
to.
con Anushka sa trobe.
See,
Incredible.
you want to have to. No.
You make your impact in a different way.
In a different way.
I'm behind the scenes,
Yeah.
behind the curtains. Like that I did, but I'm not gonna tell you it was me.
Sì,
But I did that.
sì. And also, I'm too factual too, right? Quanti vai corre campagna, prometo election. I mean, I wouldn't corre campagna in barrio. I would prefer to do stuff, really do it, and then tell them this is what I did. But that's all part of politics, and I respect them because
Yeah.
it's hard work.
Yeah, like this was something we talk about a lot because we did the whole political show in Aruba as well just now, And Shark always brings this up. It's like, pero uno ba dati ultimo 3 años? Ako ko ta kampanya pag bulabinga din, haibog voto. I'm like, kiba fix it. Sa ating COVID, kiba hasi nada. Anda
Sí.
mo ba kayong salário, ba kayong posisyon nobo.
Yeah,
So
no.
it's like, if you want to, I don't know much about politics, pero si busca natin politika, just what you just
Yeah.
said.
Do
Do the
it.
right things, and your track record would speak for itself.
Exactly.
That's
exactly.
it. That's all you have to do.
Instead of the promises, right? Because
Exactly.
promises
the
are
false promises.
Empty
Yeah.
promises.
Yeah, empty.
Yeah,
Showing blanks.
so I think for young people, I think it's very nice if they would get involved. But I can also understand this, the whole personal attack thing, why they
As
wouldn't
to
want
why
to do
not.
it.
Exactly.
It's a shame because you do need help of professionals in politics as well.
So obviously you are a very extremely busy woman.
Yes.
What does Anushka do to relax on the Curaçao?
Oh no, I relax. I do.
I know, but like, what? Maybe it's something we go see. Like, what's your favorite beach to go to? Like, what's your favorite thing to do here?
We go boating on Sundays. I told you that I work out every morning with 6 friends and my sister. I love that. It's time for myself.
that.
I go to the movies. I watch series. I love series. And we go, restaurant hopping. We go
Nice.
out. If there are cultural things to do, I'll
You
do
should
it.
go, yeah.
I love, music, museums.
I
If
love the
there's
little
anything.
area, the Holland something.
I love that place. Yeah.
Which one?
Curahulan.
Curahulandas, yeah.
Super nice.
Was
We went
there
there last
yesterday,
time.
yeah. Very nice. So if there are events, jazz festivals, blues festival, film festivals, hockey, anything that there is that we're here for.
Poco
I'll go.
ambiente.
Sí,
Di che ambiente?
sí.
Si ting ambiente,
I love
Anushka tayo.
Sì, mita purba do mesi. Carnaval come sa, but when you jump in, not to coast, pero you try.
What's your favorite, like, I'm asking this because what's your favorite place to eat here and your favorite beach? Because Saturday and Sunday, we were taking like the day off a little bit and we're going to go explore a little bit. So
I go to Fuik. I love Fuik. You
Fuik
go
dag?
with the boat.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
Fuik
yeah,
dag,
yeah.
you really go to Fuik. So
Yeah.
you go out of Spanish water and there's a little beach on the right.
Mm-hmm.
We call it Blue Lagoon. Once you get in on the right, remember that.
Okay.
Super beautiful, small, love it. I love Bandabao, all the beaches in Bandabao. Favorite place to eat? I have a couple, but my members are gonna kill me. So
give us your top 5. Make some of them happy.
top 5. I love Caleo in Curaulanda.
Okay.
I love Serafina, it's Italian. I love Come, which is right here. Top 5. Omundo, I lunch a lot. I like Soy 95.
What's that? Like that's
It's in
Japanese.
Penstraat.
Is it what?
Penstraat.
What kind of food is it? Soy. I'm thinking soy sauce now.
Eclectic, really nice. You
Okay.
should go. But we have so many. You have Taqueria and Peter Mai. You have so many.
I think the Come, because I was looking at No Filter, I think Come just followed us on Instagram.
And
So now we have to go.
and
Now you just
French,
mentioned
it's Esti. You have Brasbourg. You have a lot of nice
There's like a
restaurants.
lot of good
yeah.
places.
But those ones I like because I have my favorite dishes. They're waiting for me. My
What's your
cacio
favorite
pepe.
dish in Come? Because you might be going there.
Come, you have chicken and waffles, fried chicken and waffles. So good. Caleo, they have this really nice mushroom. And in
Did Kiana post this yesterday?
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
yes, she was there.
Yeah.
And I was there too.
Yeah.
And in Serafina, you have cacio e pepe. That's such a nice pasta. So
I'm
yeah,
getting hungry.
if you have your favorite dishes everywhere, you can't go wrong.
Yeah. Wow. Monday
And
didn't even make it to the
Mosakaya,
top
you go
five.
for nice cocktails. Another one.
I love a
Perfect.
good cocktail.
Yeah. Where is
Exactly.
Mosakaya?
Mosakaya, yeah.
Where is this?
Next to Serafina, that's also in
Okay,
the
so-
Penstraat area.
Dinner, boom, drinks.
Yes.
I love cocktails. Like,
Yeah,
I
and
love a good
Aruba is a nice
cocktail. I
place.
don't
too.
like tequila, but that's him and Kiana. They like that.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yes,
Give me a
yes.
good tequila, reposado.
A good
or
Mexican
añejo.
mule. Yeah.
I like mezcal too. Like it's a little
But
smoky tequila.
did you guys experience Curaçao?
No, not yet.
Not like that.
So-
well,
So for me, I've been to Curaçao many times, but I've always come for like Walid used to throw these full moon parties, so I would come in as an MC.
In and out.
Like for the longest time. This is actually the first time I come to Curaçao for so long, and we thought the first 5 days we're gonna focus on just recording, and Saturday and Sunday we will try to take Sunday for sure. We said Sunday we're not doing nothing.
Yeah.
And Saturday also, we're trying to get Saturday now off. So we can go like Saturday we do all the beaches or we do like all the restaurants. And then Sunday we do like maybe go to all the beaches, go to Otro Banda, whatever. So now we're going to go explore a little bit. We never got the chance yet, but we've done a few Funchiku,
Yeah.
Fridays. That's why Pasawa, which is
Yes,
love
the
that
tricky
place.
pan,
The
super.
birria ramen,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
But
now-
next time an idea, you let us know, and CHATA can host one of these hotels.
Oh, awesome. Yes.
Can host you, and you can do the podcast there, and
Her.
we arrange a trip
well,
together.
do it.
I think we're booking
Let's
next
do
month,
it.
right?
Super
That's
nice.
But
No,
what
no,
was your
we're-
experience?
We're working on it.
Yeah,
No.
he's been to Curaçao before.
They would
I
love
did.
to.
I
I'm
came with
sure
the
they would
tourism
love to
board
do.
last time,
Yes.
and it was fabulous.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
took us everywhere. We went to different beaches. We had different places to eat.
Yeah.
Every night before the jazz festival, because that's what we
Yes.
mainly came for. They took us to dinner like somewhere. So we went to the
Wow.
Marriott, but they hosted like special dinners. So it wasn't
Yes.
really like we got to eat certain places, but we went to Pasawa.
Yeah.
And like it was really fabulous.
No, you can definitely organize something like that. That every time you come, you
Something
know
different.
different places.
Yeah, because I've always, this is something I learned from Shark Too when he was here. When he came back, like, man, these people really love their culture. Like the
Yes.
buildings, like in Aruba, I do feel like we've lost a little bit of our identity. Like all the houses, things on style, como
Yeah.
whatever. Pero Aruba just became like burgers, fries, and chicken tenders. Meanwhile, over
But,
here,
that has to do with the
but
tourists.
of course,
the
of
US,
course. But
yeah.
here, you guys still have it. Like even Nix and Joseph
Yeah.
speak so much about the history. Like Kiko pasa temporada aquí,
Mm-hmm.
and he told us about this guy in Holland that really dug into the archives of the past of the ABC Islands. Now we want to interview this guy. So
Yeah.
we are going to Holland hopefully end of August. So this is definitely one guy on our list to talk about the history of Curaçao
Yeah.
and the history of Aruba.
And y'all don't hide slavery. Like y'all
No.
y'all celebrate Tula.
Yes,
Y'all
we
celebrate
do.
all these things.
Yeah.
It's part of your past,
Yeah.
right?
We
don't
spoke
have
about
that in
it.
Aruba.
No,
Yeah.
we lost
It's part
it.
of
Did
our
a guy?
past.
My heart, what's that guy? Oh yeah, we kill a chicken. What? Like
Yeah, now
no.
you have to use fake chicken.
Yeah.
So.
No, I think you
yeah.
have to celebrate it and you have to
Yeah.
learn from it, right? So these are
I agree.
lessons.
I
But
agree.
it is part of who we are.
Yes.
We have to know where we came from, who was here before us. Like, we know none of that. We learned
Teach
in
it in
school
school.
about Christopher Columbus.
Correct.
Who
gives
is
a-
he?
Yeah.
Why do I learn about this
Yeah.
white man that probably finds some places that was already discovered? Like,
Yeah.
you ain't find shit, but it's whatever. That's like a whole conversation.
And
for a different day.
protect that authenticity, which is what
Exactly.
attracts, right now. Even the digital nomads, young guys like you guys come to work in Curacao because they say, we feel that there's an energy and, it's authentic. And that's the part that we want to protect. You don't want to make it a small America. You don't want to make it a small anything.
Exactly.
We are who we are.
We did a nice tuk-tuk tour as well.
Oh,
a car.
Tuk-tuk
Oh
tour,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It was so fabulous. They took us a bunch of different places, took us to different statues, explained who the statues were. They explained how the Spanish and the Dutch people came here, how they invaded the space, what they did. Yeah, but
How
they
they invaded.
invaded. They took over the people.
I like it. I like it.
They talked about how
No
y'all,
filter.
Yeah, they talked about how y'all came up with like the colors of the houses, how the government actually invested in like, okay, everybody gets a pop of color in their house and all that. So like all of that was like, oh wow, okay, so this is how that goes. And
Yeah.
like the colors, what they mean.
And you did the
Pahabianya.
murals tour too? Did you talk to
I
Kurt
believe
and,
we
and
did
Clayton?
some murals. We even went to this little artsy
The
place.
Kaya guys? No, you met
We
them?
didn't get to talk to them, but they took
See?
us to
Yeah.
their places. They took us
So
to
I'll give you the
Kaya.
contact.
Who's the Kaya guys?
Kurt Schoop and Clayton and
Clean
Barrio
day.
Hotel. Yeah, anyway, I'll give you the numbers.
Yeah.
They would be very nice
To have on the show?
to have on a show.
I
It was
think
fabulous.
Very
we,
nice.
we were talking about it earlier today. We're sitting this morning in the back before we had Cav. We're like, seeing how much love we got like the last few days here.
Yeah.
We're like, we need to come back one more time. Like maybe because we try to do one season every year. I feel like we have to do like two
More.
seasons every
I feel
year.
I feel like
Yeah.
that too. Because you guys are fun. You guys are
Too
good
many
fun.
people
You need to come back. You need to
You
come
need
back.
to come back, yes. Because it's a fun program,
It
it
is.
doesn't feel forced. I think that
It's shitting.
that
Yeah.
works. That
Sizzle
works.
told me the same. He sent me. I was debating. I screen recorded. I was debating on putting it on our story. He's like, man, this is. He's like, I was just telling my wife, this is the best interview I've ever had, ever. Period.
I
It's
love
like
that.
I didn't promote any music. It was just me,
It's
my
all about
family,
you. It's
my
all about
history.
you, yeah.
We talked about his father passing. He has a kid. He talked about family. So it's so far from what they're doing because this is also the beauty of our show. Is like we just before we started recording, I told you I just want to know who you are.
Yes.
Like
it.
you do great things, percentage, bum, but like who's Anushka? Like
Yeah.
And no interruptions of like cards and reading.
sad.
Okay, this is the question.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nunca síndico público está pensando, kita ba opinion? I'm
I gotta
like,
get
no.
time.
See.
Please
No,
don't
I
go-
get that.
No, I'm happy you
Which
got
is
it.
why I was at ease when you said that. I'm like, yeah, okay, that I can
Finally,
do.
let's
No
get
problem.
together.
Yeah, like, let's just wing it, see where it goes. Because now this also leads. Because if you make it too perfect, there will never be a part 2.
No,
because
exactly.
now every episode finishes like with an open ending. Like
Correct.
I have to
Now
come
Anushka
back.
has to
And
come
what
back.
did you do after that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know what?
We want updates.
The next one's gonna be Anushka and Kiana together.
That would be fabulous.
Gosh.
I don't
It's
think
like
the camera
who's
can
gonna
handle all
who's
that
gonna who's gonna be the
fabulousness.
best dressed on the show?
Very difficult.
And come in different cars. So don't tell until you show up. Then you find out.
Like, oh, that's what you wore? Okay,
And
that's
let
interesting.
the comments decide. Like, all right, ¿quién gusta quiere?
True.
Mom or daughter? Who's got the most points?
But I know how she is. She's gonna say, if anyone, then her. It's fine.
Yeah. She's that type. She's that type.
Yeah, if anyone, her.
Anushka.
Okay, wait. Before we close out,
No, go for it.
I have to ask because if I don't, I'll like probably kill myself.
Damn.
What type of series do you watch?
I had that question too.
I just really wanted to know, like,
What are you watching right now? And what
I
the
finished Yellowstone, which I think the last season was a bummer.
Really?
Sheridan really. Did you guys watch it?
No. So we
Let me
watched
not
until
spoil it then.
No, because it's only 3 seasons, and now they just added. I don't know if it's already there, but I know 2 more seasons are coming to Netflix, or it's on HBO.
No, the last season came out.
Okay, so
And
now
that's the 5th, I think.
Yeah.
And I think Kevin Costner left, so Sheridan spoke mostly about himself.
Yeah.
And that kind of ruined it. But I like that
good show,
type.
though.
I liked Succession.
That's a good show.
I think it was a very good show.
Billionaire?
Any billions.
Yeah, yeah.
This Is Us. Anything
Yeah.
that has the dynamics, you know. I love that multi-dynamic shows. Love that.
Yeah.
So that's, what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
More or less.
okay,
Love
now
show.
I can die in peace. Like,
can die in peace.
I can die in peace.
Good.
So before we close this off, what are some goals for you want to accomplish by the end of 2025?
Oh, we have a whole bunch of things that I want to
Give me your top 3. Like, this needs to be like done by the end of the year.
We have signed an LB for CHATA with 12 resolutions. We have to complete at least what we can from the low-hanging fruits of those, because I like to deliver when I promise something.
Amen.
So that's what I'm going to do. Second, we have to work on sustainability. Sustainability is a big thing in the tourism sector, and I feel that not everybody's taking it seriously. So that's something I'm
The
going to work
world
on.
needs to take this
Yeah.
seriously.
Yes,
Global
because you
warming
see
is
what's
real.
happening in California. You see,
Yeah.
those are all parts of the global warming and the climate changes. So the world needs to take that seriously. And for me, I would like to accomplish that I get onto my reading again like I used to. Like
Nice.
right now, I read in planes,
Yeah.
here and there.
It's not
something-
consistent.
It's not consistent. And I want to go back to that, to books, a quarter
Do you read online or do you read like the physical book?
Kindle?
No. Book.
Book, yeah.
Yeah.
Love
I
the
love
book.
that.
Yeah.
Give me a
book
Have a
type of
physical
thing,
book.
yes.
Yeah. If I
Physical.
have it on Kindle, a notification comes up. Oh, what's this?
Yes.
I
Gone.
can't.
Yes.
To me, it's not even like I don't feel like you're really reading a book. Like
Yeah.
I need to have the physical
No.
hard copy.
Or when
go
you're
through-
listening, it's also, it doesn't
I can't
feel
listen to
like the
audiobooks.
last book, it was Obama's book that I was
Yeah.
listening to. I'm like, no, this is not the same.
Yeah.
It frustrates me. I
Yeah.
need to read.
Yeah.
I think it's good for me and it's good for my time. And, you just learn so much out of reading. So that's something that I want to
I should also get back on that. I used to, I won't say used to. My biggest problem is I fall asleep very fast when I start reading, and I'm gone. But I do want to get back on it because have you read the book Atomic Habits?
No.
You should. It's
Oh, really good?
it's. I mean, maybe you already have your own systems in place of how you do your things, but for someone that doesn't know how to navigate their day, it talks about creating systems that forces you to do what needs to be done.
Oh, okay.
Instead of
Did you finish the book?
yeah, I did actually.
I think you need to read it again.
Oh, actually, I heard the audiobook when I'm in the gym or when I'm
read the
driving.
read the physical book now.
Yeah, well, I do recommend that book.
I will. No, my last one was, I told you, Ego is the Enemy, which
Yeah.
I thought was very good. And one of my other favorites is Blink. Did you guys
No.
read Blink?
No.
Blink would be very good for both of you. It's about your first impression of somebody and whether it's right or wrong. And it analyzes first impressions. Very interesting. Why most of
Blink.
American presidents are as tall as they are. because there is a thing about,
Walking into the room and you're like, oh
correct.
shit, who's this
Correct.
person over here?
And sometimes it is also wrong. And if you have that self-realization, you can correct yourself immediately. Very good book. Blink. Go for it.
Awesome,
Okay, I'm
guys.
gonna
Go
check
read
it
it.
Yes.
Anushka, I want to say thank you for taking out your time out of your day because I know you're
Thank
traveling to
you.
Aruba tomorrow. You couldn't do it yesterday. Today was the only day we could do it, and I'm happy you made time for us.
Thank you for adapting.
No, it's good. It is
Trust
good.
us.
Because now we're going to go to Monday. We're going to film with your daughter afterwards.
Yes,
Now, so
have
it's
fun
going to
with
be
her.
fun.
She also reads a lot. Ask her.
I want to ask you what's your favorite book.
Yes.
Pero, danke bien por the show.
Thank you, Naboso. It was
No, for
really fun.
I'm
I
happy.
loved it.
Good.
Enjoyed it. Come over.
And we're definitely gonna come back.
Yes.
I think I do see us coming back this year again. I do see it happening.
Please do.
And guys, hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you learned a new thing. Si Miss Curaçao, já sei para o Anushka tem outra diferente luz. All right.
Y guarda nuestra estima Aruba también, ¿no?
Hello.
And
100%.
We do. Like, Aruba for life.
Let us know,
Plug
Kidan.
yourself real quick. Let people know where they can find you or follow
Whatever.
Chata on social media and all this good
Sure.
stuff.
CHATA on Instagram, CHATA. My personal is Anushka Cova. You can find us on the website too, www.chata.org. So contact us.
Charity. What charities do you?
Turmucha Mr. Come. Important. We feed 620 kids per day, also in the vacation period. If you can help, anything will help. Thank you for
Awesome,
that.
awesome. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff. Y no está todo pa back. Otro simang. Peace. Ayo.